Mr. Caldwell!
Yes?
It's nice to meet you.
Well, thank you, Miss Stokes. How are you? Mrs. Stokes.
Miss Stokes! Yeah, that's me. No, it's Miss Stokes.
Okay.
Yeah, but somebody told you wrong.
Uh-huh.
Miss Ward! Hey, good to see you! Oh, Mr. Summer! It was great! Awesome! Great. Who are you?
I'm Mr. Colwell.
Hi, Mr. Colwell. Mrs. Walsh.
Nice to meet you.
Oh my gosh, it's my co-teacher.
Nice to meet you, Miss Rochetti. Excited to be here.
Mr. Colwell.
Hey, how are you?
Nice to meet you.
Hi, Mrs. Walsh. Good to see you.
Careful what you're out there. That's okay.
I'm so glad you brought him to school this year.
He wanted to come.
That's
That's
awesome.
A little piece of vacation.
Last pet. I am so glad to see you.
Oh, I am too.
But
I am too. It was
summer-
a great summer. Oh.
Summer is over.
What did you do this summer?
I went to Florida.
You went
to
to
this
Florida.
beautiful island for 10 days.
10 days in an island?
10 days on an island.
Oh.
And then I came back and I went to California.
Wow.
And then I took a water taxi over to Catalina.
Did you do this?
I did.
I like
I took a
that.
water taxi
Yeah.
over to Catalina. And then when I was over there, I kayaked. It was awesome. And then now here I am.
What a school.
School.
Are you excited for a new year?
Yeah,
I am so excited.
I am so
Psyched.
I am so excited. How about you?
I spent 14 days in a car, driving through the central. 14. 7 people in this car. We started in Indiana at Purdue University, and then drove 600 miles to Iowa State University. This is all for my son, because he's getting ready to go to college. And then 800 miles to the Air Force Academy, where everybody walked around, stand attention. We did this for 4 days straight. Then to Kansas, Wichita State University. Spent only a day there. It's Kansas. Then we went down to Oklahoma, to the Boomer Sooners, to the University of Oklahoma. I know. I did this the whole time. I did this the whole time. Yes.
I don't even know.
That's Ted.
What's Ted?
Double T.
That's Ted.
I don't know. I don't know. I
And
went to
then
UConn.
I came home and threw everybody out of the car and hid in my room for a couple of days.
I'll bet you did. Did you walk everywhere after that? Did you never go in the car again?
It only lasted a little bit because I had to come here.
Of course.
I had to get ready to go here.
Woo!
There we go.
CMS North.
There
Yeah.
you go. So what was your summer?
Cougars. My summer. My summer usually revolves around the beach. I try to spend as much time at the beach as possible. I grew up on the beach. Well, I didn't grow up on the beach, but I grew up in a town that was on the beach. So I went to Destin. Had never been to Destin. It was lovely. I spent a lot of time on my tan. And yes, I used sunscreen. Always use sunscreen. And the sand in Destin is just, it's like confectioner's sugar. You put it in your hands, it was beautiful. And when you walk on it, it doesn't get hot. Because it's so white. I don't know why. Sun doesn't, I don't know. But you walk on it, the beach, the sand is cool, and the water is clear. And when you sat there, like little fish swimming around your legs, it's cool. And then we went to the Bahamas. And it made Destin look like, chump change. That was incredible.
Chump change.
We went to Atlantis, and they had an outdoor aquarium. And you reminded me of that earlier, because I saw a manta ray. Huge manta ray. And you know in Nemo, when he says, climb on, whatever. Fellow, whatever. In Nemo, and all those little fish are on his back. They didn't, that was true. There's all these little fish. He's like, so awesome. And I met an astronaut. That was like the highlight of my summer, I have to say. I met an astronaut. It was incredible. Sorry, okay. Camille, what did you do, Miss Rochetti?
I went to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
Nice.
My go-to vacation spot. I go every year, and it never disappoints.
Nice. Did you have nice weather?
I did. It's one of those areas where it rains almost every day, but not long enough to kill the day. So
Nice.
get a little sprinkle of rain, and then it clears up, and you've got a great day.
Oh.
Did you pick up your friend at Myrtle Beach?
Where did that come from?
He just is here. I don't know.
Awesome. But class pet.
Yeah.
Class
it's nice.
pet.
It's
Some
good.
people have guinea pigs. Some people have parrots.
Yep.
All right.
I am so excited for 7th grade science.
I am too. We are going to have so much fun this year. Everybody's going to learn so much. Us and you guys.
Welcome back.
You know, science, I am passionate about science. I have taught science for a long time, but there's certain things about science that really excite me. And it's like when I go out on vacation during the summer, I find things that I want to learn more about. And so, like when I was on the island this summer, I collected fossil shark teeth. I collected some other types of teeth. I collected other types of fossils while I was on the beach. And the more I collected, the more that I wanted to know. I wanted to know where they came from. Why were they on the beach? How'd they get there? I wanted to know, when did these sharks live? How big were the sharks? I wanted to know what these other teeth were and why they were shaped that way and why they were different from the shark teeth. I had all of these questions that I wanted to get answered. And that's kind of what science is for me. It's that I want to know. It makes me want to go out and Google everything about it. To me, that's what science is about. It's going out there and finding your Google zone and going after it.
My science passion has always been, how do things work? All my life, when I grew up, I was a Navy brat. Basically, my father was a naval pilot. I always want to know, how do those planes stay up in the air? How do they take off and all that thrust? How do they get up? What is the wind doing? How does lift work? How does it get up? So all my life, it was question after question after question. How does this work? How does this work? Well, that's why science was always my thing. Science always, you work to answer the question. You're supposed to have a question. It's called a hypothesis. You know, you come up with ideas. Does this really work? Is this why it does? It's called a hypothesis. You come up with an idea, and then you get to test it. You get to do things to see, are you right or are you wrong? So that's what I've loved about science, because you really get to think outside the box. Why is that working? Why does it do that? And as I've grown up and stuff, figured out why a plane lifts, how the air pulls under the wing and puts the plane up, how thrust excels something into the air. That's been my passion, and that's why I love science, because I get to ask, why does it work? And then I get to find out why.
Yes.
Okay. I am so excited to be teaching 7th grade science this year. And my passion for science stems from my studies in college of the human brain. I studied psychology, and it still fascinates me to this day. I am just so curious about why we behave the way that we do. And that is why I went to school for psychology. I'm also a very data-driven person. I love collecting data on whatever question I have and figuring out the answers, because your data will tell you a story. And that is what research is all about. And that is why I'm excited to be here and to share my passions with all of you.
Hey y'all, I want to talk to you today about what my passion is in science. I've always loved science. It was my favorite subject in middle school, my favorite subject in high school, and I majored in it in college. I was a physical therapy major, so I got to dissect a lot of really cool things, one of which was a human body. But I'll tell you more about that another time. What I like to do when I go on vacation is continue with my passion, and one of my passions is beach sand. And I know that sounds kind of funny, but what I like to do is check out the beach sand, get really close, look at what the sand is made of. Why is it that every beach I go to has a completely different color? I actually collect sand from all over the world. Friends of mine that go to all different places bring me back sand, and what I'd like to do is layer it in a jar, a glass jar, and then I get to see all the different colors and where they're from. Is some sand have more black in it because of a volcano? Does some have more shells broken up in it because of a storm? It's really incredible, and it's amazing what you can find out just by looking at a handful of sand. So I love science. I'm so excited about 7th grade this year, and I hope you'll have a great time.